All right, welcome to homework number 10. This is about stars. 90% of the time when you get a question about stars, the answer will be here. If not, it'll be about the star's life. And we're going to look at a Nearpod in class about that. So you've already seen it at this point. But right now we're really just looking at reference table questions. So question number 1. Well, first off, let's look at this. Remember that the temperature increases this way. So as you move across, the stars get hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. Another thing is that the small stars are at the bottom, the large stars are at the top, and that's directly related to luminosity. So the higher up you go, the larger the stars get, and the brighter the stars get, right? So these are our heavy and largest stars. These are our smallest and lightest stars, and these are brighter and brighter and brighter, or more luminous as we go up. So let's compare the sun to the star Betelgeuse. We're looking at luminosity and warmer, cooler, so luminosity and temperature. So Betelgeuse is, here's the sun, and here's Betelgeuse. So let's just look at luminosity first. Betelgeuse is, sun is low, Betelgeuse is high for luminosity, so Betelgeuse is more luminous, so I'll cross off the less luminous. And for temperature, the sun is here, and Betelgeuse is over here, right? So the sun is about a little less than 6,000 Kelvin, and Betelgeuse is a little more than 3,000 Kelvin. So Betelgeuse is cooler, so it's more luminous because it's higher on the chart, but it's to the right of the sun, so it's cooler. The next question, it gives us this chart. Normally I'd look at this chart and I'd really try to understand it, luminosity, mass of star. So it really is based off of this chart. So if you understand this chart, you understand this. But it turns out the question has nothing to do with that. So never just go without looking at this though. So between points 1 and 3, this star is visible to observers on Earth because it emits light energy. This energy is released by the process of nuclear fusion. So nuclear fusion will always be related to the light or energy emitted by a star. So star and energy. And this process only occurs, you have to memorize this, when we combine lighter elements to form heavier elements. All right? So two options for nuclear fusion. It's either going to say lighter elements to heavier elements is related to nuclear fusion, or we'll say stars energy or star emits light. That's also nuclear fusion. Question 3. Which two stars are most similar in luminosity? So, similar in luminosity would be across, right? Because like the sun and Alpha Centauri are really close to each other, so they're very similar. Another example of two very similar ones would be like Rigel and Betelgeuse, right? They almost fall across the same sideways plane. So, let's take a look. Betelgeuse and Barnard star. Here's Barnard star and here's Betelgeuse. They have very similar temperatures, but their luminosities are extremely different. Barnard is very dim compared to very bright Betelgeuse. So that can't be it. Procyon B and Proxima Centauri. Proxima Centauri and Procyon B, ooh, they fall right across the same line. So that's probably going to be my answer. Let's just make sure. Betelgeuse and the sun. Here's the sun. Sorry, Polaris and the sun. Here's the sun. Here's Polaris. They have similar temperatures, but their luminosities are very different. And Alpha Centauri and Sirius. Here's Sirius. Here's Alpha Centauri. They are pretty close, right? They're not far apart in luminosity. But Proxima Centauri and Procyon B is a much better option. Okay, cool. Compared to the sun, the star Betelgeuse is Betelgeuse and the sun. Oh well, that's the same question as number 1. It's just that it's in a different order for the options. So you can try that one on your own because you already know the basic answer. We went over that. And then I definitely want you to try this one out on your own. This is the one I'm really going to be looking at when I collect the homework, okay? So make sure you get this one right because that's really the one I'm checking.